Okay, so let's dive in. Will you share what the wound is, what as far as you know it, and tell us your story a little bit?
Okay, so um, whew, so my mother, well, like a very short introduction is that she was actually called and she has three sisters, and in one of her sisters' 60th birthday party, her other sister introduced her as Mommy Dearest.
Mm.
And I don't know if you've ever watched that movie.
Mhm.
But that's sort of like my story with my mother, and, my
Mm.
father he was a really, really nice man. He was like a very noble soul, um,
Mm.
but he was an alcoholic and a compulsive gambler, and,
Mm.
and then later I found
Mm.
out that he cheated on my mom, like, left and right. But my mom was, mm, she was, like, violent,
Mhm.
sometimes.
Mhm.
So I grew up, like, being terrified of her, like,
Mm.
terrified. And I
Mm.
don't think I've ever really been able to let go of that fear. And,
Mhm.
just recently I realized that I don't know what it feels like to feel safe.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah,
I don't
yeah,
know what it feels like to feel safe.
mm, yeah.
And so when you talk about, like that it has to be a matriarchy and it's like, like I've tried to really understand my mother. I have felt compassion for her.
Mhm.
Um, she also grew up, she was the niece of, Italian mafia, the Italian
Mm.
mafia in Boston,
Mm. Mm.
and, her father was the only one of, his family that wasn't involved in that, or at least to my knowledge, but he was, like, very, very poor, and she grew up with cousins that were, like, insanely rich,
Mhm.
and, I don't know, like, I I tried to, and I know that she had a really hard life with my father. They separated 17 times. Twice they were
Mhm.
almost, yeah, they were almost twice they signed, like, in Mexico you sign, you have to go sign the divorce papers twice.
Mm.
You sign once, and then, 6 months later you sign again, and, twice they went all the way to the first signature. And my father, every time he stopped giving her money, they would go back together, right? But the
Mm.
fights were really bad, and so there was, like, never certainty. Like, I remember standing in front of the door of my house coming back from school because we lived, like, right in front of the school, so I had a nanny who basically saved my life when I was a
Mm.
child,
Mm.
um, like, literally.
Mm. Mm.
Um, and I remember standing in front of the door and saying, "I don't wanna go in."
Uh-huh.
And there was, and I was also, bullied at school, and so there was really no safe place, you know?
Yep, yep, can't find safety anywhere.
Mm-mm.
Yeah, yeah.
And so the thing about my mother is that, she did go to therapy. We had a lot of, she and I had, like, the worst relationship. I have 2 older sisters, and, she was very jealous of me because I was my father's favorite.
Mhm. Mhm. Mm.
And, she started going to therapy when I was, like, a young adult. And she sat me down once when I was 28 years old, and she said, she said, "I'm sorry because I have
Mm.
always been jealous of you." And that was like a before and after moment.
Mm.
But then not much changed, you know?
Yeah, yeah.
I mean, I learned how to be silent. I was the only one who was spoken. who would speak up when I was a
Mm.
teenager, and it was so bad that I learned how to be silent, but then I learned how to be silent in all areas of my life, not just
Yeah.
with. And, mm, and what I'm having trouble with right now is that, like, she keeps doing things, you know?
Mm. You're still in touch with her?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
And
Yeah.
so
Yeah.
I just, like, I really try to have compassion, and I try to follow my own advice, right? I'm always telling people that they should forgive, and that they should have compassion, and that they should understand and have empathy. And for some reason with her, I'm finding it harder and harder.
Yep. Yep. Y You might remember that I'm not a big fan of the forgiveness story
Could you
because it's
explain that? Because I
yeah.
would really like to hear your side.
Yeah. I I think it's a it's a tactic. It's an abusive tactic. The one who's been abused is to forgive the one who's done the abusing, and so I know many, white men, but it could be your mother, anything, there's so many stories of, like, being compassionate and forgiving is good, especially to women, right? And we then keep forgiving and excusing the abuse, and we're missing the compassion and truth of our own body, our own being. So it's a story like we've been talking about, it's a story of a separate self, a story of a self that's good, that's compassionate, that's forgiving, that's kind. And I'll be that, and then I'll be safe, is really the story, right? If I do enough, this will be better. If I, and it's all on you. And then it's like, here's the story. Meanwhile, over here in reality, which is the body, just straight reality, right? There's terror there, but there's also like a very clear no, a boundary. You might find like revulsion, right? In the body, in just really, really basic, we're simple creatures, right? There's just yes and no. Like we did on our recording, right? Where we were saying yes, and our bodies are tipping toward each other. So your mother, her her energetic, her physical being, her voice has all of this no in it. That's the reality in your body. And healing is allowing reality to just be. So that's going to be all the anxiety in your body. We can work with that. And that's going to be the no, which is the main no's emotionally are anger and disgust. And so I've talked about how, like, I go on my walks and I just have my rage fests and pound the ground and let all the younger ones inside of me have her say of what happened and express what she felt, what was going on with her. Because what you described is, and you've got other people in the comments here saying very similar to me, we're all not alone here, um, is countless unsaid no's, like thousands and thousands and thousands of unsaid no's. Thousands of moments of holding yourself in and your expression not being able to come out. And then that deemed by society as goodness, as like, you know, and you describe what we all do, right? We try the silent tactic or we try the rebellion tactic or whatever it is. You can't get to safety. You can't change her. You can't, this isn't yours. She's not yours to solve. So we're taking our attention and energy back into our body, our center. We center it here and we honor her. And she is fucking pissed and she's heartbroken and she's disgusted and she wants nothing to do with this woman. And I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. We we are all in this thing. And we have all denied ourselves the truth. And it's okay. It's like we can honor ourselves now. You don't owe her anything. You don't owe anybody anything. You owe yourself
Another
everything.
Yeah, that's another thing that, like money, right? In my
Yeah.
family, it has been used to control everything and,
Yeah.
take everything.
Yeah. Yep. Yeah. The threat of money taking it away. Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, well, she already did, but
Right, right.
so that's not a threat any
Yeah.
longer. So
Good, good. Good. But
but
yeah,
I'm
but
not
exactly. It's just all tactics, right? There's no rest, there's no love, there's no real connection. It's just all manipulation, control, just them in pain, perpetuating pain.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, the thing about, like, forgiveness, well, I can't stand when she says that she's sorry. I can't stand because it just feels so empty and
Yep.
so not felt. Um, but, like, I think that when somebody actually says, "I'm sorry, I know I did something wrong," when they recognize it,
Yes, yes,
it's
yes.
just easier, you know? It's just easier, but I guess that's never gonna happen, really.
She doesn't have it, right? She's lost, she's gone. You can see this is not an inhabited woman. This is not a woman in her heart. She's saying words. And there's compassion for that. I have compassion for my father, who's a very, very lost man. But my compassion starts here. And the reality of this woman is she does not like to talk to that man. It's very simple. Meaning like and so if you're your own daughter, if you as pure awareness you're and you are, right? Like Vasfi said, we're the father and the daughter, the mother and the son, the mother and the daughter, right? And then I mean, the way you talk about your sons is just it's like, would you demand that they forgive someone who treated them how your mother treated you?
No, I would go and kill them with a bat.
You would kill them with a bat. Exactly. Exactly. Me too. Yep. Just get them out of here.
Yeah,
Yep. Yep. And I think of that as it was a mercy killing for them too.
yeah.
'Cause they're in hell. They're in hell. But that's the real response. That's your embodied response, and that's what needs to be honored. So I tell you, the amount of hours I've logged with, like, killing somebody with a bat physically, letting this move through my body, hundreds of hours, you know? So that might feel good. L Lots of crying, lots of coming into the pain in the heart, the deep heartbreak, which we were talking about yesterday with Vasfi, right? Where it's like, "Oh my god, I can't meet this. This is gonna swallow me whole, this heartbreak." It doesn't, though, and
Yeah,
there's
no,
usually layers. Doesn't. You know it doesn't. So it might be the anger that you don't allow, and it's just a movement, like, anger without the story, like, that goes into how she did you wrong or anything, like, not that you're doing that, but it's really not even anger. It's like anger is the emotional storyline. It's just the visceral no, and the sometimes words that come out. So sometimes I'm just like, "Fucking fuck," you know? It's a lot of swearing, but sometimes it's just movements, right? It's like being like a dog or a dragon or an animal, letting the animal express herself, and
yeah, I used
kill
to
them
I
at the
used
bat
to
is
do
right
that.
there, right? Yeah,
I used to
sorry.
do that with my kids when they were angry. I would tell them, like, get a tennis racket, and I would put sheets of paper on the bed so it
Yeah,
would make noise, and
yeah,
they would start hitting the bed with the racket, right? And then I would make them
really.
cleanse their bed. I wouldn't make them go to bed on all that anger. But, yeah, I've tried that. Like, like, I've been into all sorts of therapies and stuff like that, but I think that I need to to do it on my own. I just have a hard time connecting with that when, like, if they do something to my children,
Yep, I
I
get
can
it.
connect with it, but when they do it to me, for some
Okay.
reason, I just swallow it.
Yeah. That swallow reaction is it's just you've done it thousands of times. But so let's just go because we envisioned what she would do to your child, right? And you got right there. I'd killed him with a bat, right? So that's right. That's right. It's the same. It's the same movement. So you're in touch with it. You're in touch with it. It's you. It's you. They're an extension of you. It's still you. So we don't. We can just be in touch. Like people will be like how do I want to say? It actually doesn't matter how you access it. You just access it, and then you move it through your system. So if for a while you need to just envision it's you, it's there's your son, and then you let it move through your system, great.
Okay.
And you might be able to just think of her doing that with your son, or put your son in your seat, and then just look and see that was you, and really, it's all going to be just meeting it in the body anyway. Right? So it's you could just play with it. You just play with replacing yourself with your son, but it doesn't matter. Just put your sons there
Okay.
and then let yourself get to the root of it. Like and I kind of want to go back to I would kill her with a bat, right? Where is that in your body? You can feel it right now.
It's everywhere.
It's everywhere.
But it's like in my womb, in
Yeah.
my lower, like my second chakra, sort of
Yeah.
around there. Um,
Good.
yeah, yeah, it's
It's
there.
it's there. Great.
It's just like it's like the fear of letting that out. I know that I can be super, super, super destructive when the pressure cooker explodes.
Yep.
And
Yep.
this pressure cooker has been on high heat for
Yep.
a really long time.
Yep. I'm with you. I'm with you. I'm with you. Good. Be destructive. Is there a place you can go where you can smash shit, if you felt like it?
My house backs into the woods, so probably, yeah.
Great, great, absolutely. Whatever you feel like, old shit around your house, smashing it against the tree. I tell you, Gaia's so down for it, and she's just like she's down. It's like, "Bring it on, bring it on." I hit harder, you know?
Mhm.
The fear is the conditioning that I'll be so destructive. And P.S., we're fucking Kali. You are destructive. You have to destroy shit. You have to burn the house down, right? She chops their heads off, and then the
Yeah.
divine lays at her feet, right? She is the creative mother, she's the womb of creation, and she's the destroyer. But she destroys first, and she's got a necklace of skulls.
Yeah.
So until you've acquired the necklace of skulls, do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
She's gonna be like, keep going, keep going. But it's fierce, but that fierce is needed. It's your fire. It's your fire. And the creation is born from the fire. And it's all that womb energy. It's your creative energy.
Yeah,
The same.
I think that what afraid most afraid of, like, I
Yeah.
did that. I went into that mode when I was
Mm.
getting, like, severely, like, psychically attacked, and, when they started messing with my kids,
Mhm.
that's when I lost it. I didn't lose it. I was just, like, so, like, cursing and get the fuck out of my, like, really.
Mhm.
Like,
Yeah.
I can be seriously. And so I did dismember one of these beings because they would not leave me and my children alone.
Good.
And, um, and I could not get up. like, for 3 days because I felt so guilty.
Mm, mm, mm.
So that's, like, my fear, that that I'm doing something really, really wrong, and I should just I want that law how do you say that in English? That I should just bear it?
Yeah. Yep. I know this one. Yeah, the guilt and yeah, I should just, yeah, I should bear it. I this is what we've all been charged with doing, right? And it's I'm just gonna look at what you did in dismembering this being from my awareness, right? Just and look at it as it is and tell you it was a public service. That's reality. It's a like and just hear me, like, everybody else on here is gonna agree. That's what that was, right? If there was a rabid dog biting everyone in the neighborhood and you gave him an injection or shot him, it would be a public service. That's what you did. The guilt is just this crazy old story. Look right at it. Is it true? Is it true that you shouldn't have done that? Is it true that you were wrong for stopping an attack?
Yeah, no, I even asked my teacher, like I said, "Is it bad karma or, when is it okay?" Because he was talking about Krishna and, like, how he stopped his cousin from killing, I don't know, like, his entire family or something like that, and I said, "When is it okay
Mhm.
to" and he said, "When you're doing it to protect yourself or to protect someone you love."
Yeah, yeah. It's okay because it's true. It's and we say God's law and natural law is the same. Your animal was like, "Fucking no." Your spirit and your animal, right? Same, same. Just your being is honoring what's true. This being naturally protects her son. She also naturally protects herself. Guilt and the whole story of fear and guilt and shame and all of that is has nothing to do with reality. If we just strip all of it away, here's reality. Your body was going to do that no matter what. And your body has been trying to do it your whole life. Our dear, sweet, amazing body has in we had to survive our childhoods, so we held it in. But there were so many dismemberments that your body wanted to do, you know? So
Yeah, the
it's
thing is
utterly
that
natural.
it doesn't come out really when it's about me.
I know. I get it. I get it. I get it. So what's the story about you? That you don't deserve it, that you're doing something wrong? Where's the block?
Probably. I don't know. Like I tried to I was, like I tried to go get my little like 4-year-old. Um and when I found her because she appeared when this happened with these beings too and I said just go hide. Oh no, it wasn't with the beings. It was another thing, but I just told her to go hide. And then when I went back to her and I tried to, like sort of integrate her, she didn't want to come with me
Mm,
because she didn't trust that I could keep her safe.
okay. Okay, great. So let's do this. So this is where I get I part ways with a lot of psychology where you do sort of parts work or something, because it's like your adult person can't. It's like it's a sort of visual dance or something versus what we want to do is pure awareness, your immortal being, your true self is the only one that can keep her safe. It's the only one that can show her the safety that's here. So she doesn't want to come with so she and she wants to come. Meaning like if and you know how sometimes I'll be like, okay, let's say here's the 4-year-old or here's the wound, right? And so and she might be turning away. She might be like, no, don't take me, right? But the awareness has in it both the feminine gentleness and it also has the masculine fierceness that is like she's in a burning building. And so she might be believing something, but you're just going to go in and get her anyway. And you're going to go in and cuddle her and love her. But if your kids when they were young were like, "Don't it hurts too bad. I don't can't don't touch my boo-boo," but it needs to be cleaned. Do you know what I mean? And so you grab them and you love them, but you also don't let their story, which is just their fear, get in the way of you healing them,
Mm.
right? So the little ones, they have their story of fear, right? They're terrorized. So and so we don't need to do any sort of visual dance. We just as pure awareness that is vast immortal safety, which we can go do it, we can feel that. They go and grab her.
Okay.
Okay? Okay, cool. Do you know where that 4-year-old is in your body? And everybody can do this with us.
Right now, she's, like, outside.
Okay.
Um,
Yeah, good. Close our eyes. I've got something going on my throat, so we can all just check where in the body is there a tension, a feeling of not safe.
oh,
It could be all over.
yeah, it is for me.
Mhm. So you just pick a spot. Could be center of your heart, could be back in your sacral.
It's like my whole back. Um,
Right.
my whole back. Yeah.
Okay, good. Okay, good. So let's all go show safety to the one who doesn't feel safe. Okay? So we're going to utilize awareness, which is that which is hearing my voice. It's that which sees thought, it's that which feels everything, which is not a separate self. It's it's immortal. It's the immortal consciousness that's in everything, that is everything, that's there still there when you die, it was there before you were born. It's what's looking. Just being aware of awareness itself. So we all just sink into awareness. You could call it awake awareness or awareness aware of itself. Just be aware of awareness, that which is looking, and notice that it is endless like the sky. It's also grounded in the ground. If you look from the eye of awareness at itself, at yourself, you're not going to find where you aren't. There isn't a cliff or a wall of where awareness isn't. You can feel awareness in your body. That is, you can feel your body. You can be aware of sounds in the room. Awareness is aware of everything. It's in everything. It's the one mind, one consciousness. And so settling back as awareness itself, and it's your inner eye, noticing and feeling how it's endless, and it's also doesn't go anywhere. You go to sleep, your body sleeps, awareness is still there. There's a dream of a different body. Bodies come and go, the consciousness remains. So it's where your safety is. You, as awareness, as that which doesn't die, is pure safety because you don't die. You are always here. You've been the solid as a rock presence in your life, your whole life. You were there when you were a baby. You were honoring when you as a baby wanted to crawl and when you as a baby wanted to spit out food or swallow it. You've just been honoring this body your whole life. And you want to honor her, him, them as much as you possibly can. That's you as awareness's favorite thing to do is to deeply honor this body, to be fulfilled, to be embodied, to be inhabited. Where our pain is, or as my friend Johnny says, it's just the parts that don't know they're God. They just don't know they're safe. They just don't know they're connected in this one being. So where we have pain or tension or knots or a dullness or a cloudiness or a sense of not being inhabited, all those sensations are calls to awareness. It's our little one or our younger one calling to the adult, which is this mature awareness that doesn't die. And so this awareness, like an unconditionally loving parent, wants to go right in to your back and right into wherever any of us have identified. So we just let awareness soak in to the back. Awareness, you, you don't, you don't get involved with any thoughts about it. Those are all just stories right now. They're not real. The sensation is real, and the sensation is calling for attention. So you just go and go right into the middle of it. So right in the middle of the ache or the sharp pain. Don't hesitate in the way you wouldn't if a child was in if your child was in a burning building. If your pet was in a burning building, if your loved one was in a burning building, you would just go right in. And then, as Randolph says, cuddle it. Cuddle this spot, cuddle this 4-year-old. You don't have to go into a store. You don't have to even visualize them. Meet the sensation. Show what you're doing is showing your back safety and let her rest in your arms. Your arms are endless and they are gentle and warm. And they're also strong, like the strongest father figure who will never ever leave you is a pillar of strength. Awareness is both. It's completely attentive. It's completely safe to unfold, to relax into. So let the back start to register. Right? It's a little bit of it's not really a dance. It's these two that aren't two coming together so that the back feels safe and held and like she can rest like her head on a pillow on the awareness that you are. And you got all the room and the time in the world. Because you do. You as awareness are what else are you doing? You're immortal. You all you want to do is this. And so cuddle in and nestle in to the spine or wherever in the back it really is achy. And come in through the back, through the spine and the back, come in through the center of the chest, come in through the top and the bottom. Let awareness be like warm water or cool water or a warm breeze because it's penetrative. It can just go right in. And you've got all the time in the world. You could just do this all day. Just be with the back, be with her all day, all night, all weekend. There's nothing there's nothing better. Randolph drives the truck and just cuddles all day with the little ones. And as you do that, you might want to move. It might feel like you want to stretch your spine. It might feel like you want to have deep breaths, whatever, or it might feel like you want to go to bed and just rest and do this for as long as you want.
I feel like getting a massage.
Great. Perfect. There we go. There's the attentiveness on the body, and she says, "I want a massage." And then you're a unconditionally supportive parent. You go give her a massage, and you will be able to articulate exactly what you want in that massage because you're tuned in now. You're in touch with yourself. Great. Exactly. And you can keep going, right? You can keep going into the spine or into the rib cage or wherever you find more achiness, the neglected ones. And we are all profoundly neglected. And we are the ones who will reclaim us, will reconnect, will show these ones that they are safe, that they are held, that they are loved, that they are attended to, that we're not going anywhere. We will not leave her. You will not leave her. You're devoted. That's it. Us as pure immortal awareness devoted to us as a body. She's your favorite. she's she's where everything happens. She's the center of your world.
Yeah, I have trouble with, like, she's my favorite.
I know that,
Yeah.
but she is, and it's a discovery. It's a discovery,
Yeah.
because we have a story. But let me ask: Would you? There's 8 billion people. Would you trade with anyone?
No.
No. So then, so
No.
then you choose you again.
That was, like, automatic, like, no.
No. So then
Yeah.
that another word for that is favorite. You would re-up on you.
Yeah, I mean, I just need to,
Yeah.
play tricks
Yeah.
on my mind with
Yeah.
different
Yeah.
words.
Yeah. We have a story of ourselves, which is not us. Your actual being, like your being, your flavor, your taste, who you are. You want to be you. You're like, this is the one. I'm going with her.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I would do it again tomorrow, and I would do it again, like, I wouldn't trade with anybody, and I've asked that question a lot of times. Never has anybody not wanted to be themselves.
Yeah, no, and just the other day, I was saying, like, the father of my children, he was it's a long story, but, I was talking to somebody and I said I would do it all over again if that meant that Alvaro and Alonso would be part of my life. Like,
Yeah,
I would do it all over again.
yeah, yeah,
And so I
yeah.
guess that applies to my life as well.
It applies
It
to you too, exactly. I would go in order to be with her, because she's my favorite, I would do it all over again.
Yeah.
Now, I would love to be way more attentive to myself. Like 1,000 times more attentive.
Yeah. Yeah, more or less.
You know?
Yeah, that would be
We'd
good.
Yep, we'd skip all those narcissists along the way or whatever, but
Jeez.
yeah.
Yeah, well, I mean, we all have to it's they're here to learn to teach us lessons, but sometimes it's really hard to figure out what that lesson is. Um,
Yeah,
it's hard.
I get it. Maybe we don't have to. Maybe we just honor ourselves. Maybe we just become the parent we didn't have. And because we know what it is to be so neglected and abused, we are devoted to impeccable care, to giving her a massage every day she wants one. And if it's 20 days in a row, so be it.
Yeah.
Yeah. And believe me, I'm still working on this a lot, but it's the only game in town. It's the only game in town. Is like full love, devotion to ourselves. And we are naturally we naturally give. We naturally it's not selfish, right? We were taught that. But the more we give to ourselves, the more we give. It's not the more we give to ourselves we take from somebody else. I don't deserve it or whatever. That's the zero sum game that was never a reality. So you only help others out. So I hear what you say about giving to others is how we help ourselves, sure. But if there's any cost to us, it's actually a lose-lose because we're offering our compromise. And energetically, that's not so great.
That just, that just, like, hit me. Like,
Yeah.
you just so let me, an example. Um,
Yeah.
so, I've been offering these, sessions, right? Healing sessions, and so I started offering them to my mother, and she started it's like a group session with other friends and my sister, and anyway, she usually forgets. One time that she did come, she took her phone to the bathroom. She did not mute herself
Oh my God.
during the meditation. And now, um, if I open my eyes during the meditation, she's like checking her phone and I'm
Yeah,
like,
she's
why do
good
you
knows.
even come?
Yeah. She's
Like,
doing a really good performance piece.
and so it's a lose lose.
It's a lose-lose. That's what our compromise is. It's a lose-lose every time. And we've been so carefully taught compromise, you especially,
Yeah.
right?
And so what I would really like is to, just like not talk to her again.
Yep.
And
Yep.
but then I feel guilty and I feel wrong and
Mhm.
like not a good person, like I should be compassionate and I should be
Right.
understanding. I should.
So, right. All those are voices of what? The church, the family you grew up in, the culture, right?
And how do you
And
let go of that or how do you turn that
just
around?
see through it. Just see through it. Let's just go with let's do the inquiry process, right? Like I should be compassionate. I shouldn't. I should want. I should be kind. What is it? Compassion, kind. Yeah,
Understanding, forgive.
understanding. Okay. So I should be compassionate, kind, and understanding. Can you absolutely know that that's true? Yes or no? That that's how you should be all the time,
Can I absolutely no? No, but I
yeah,
think I should.
right? You think you should because that's the conditioning, but do you know it, right? Can I absolutely know that that's true about me and like about humans, right? That we should be compassionate, kind, and understanding all the time toward our parents, let's say. Like that's this, it's like the accountant in the sky or the priest in the sky that says, "Well, you should be this." And we all believe it. And we just believe every thought that we think and that we've been taught until we question it. We go, "Yeah, yeah, we should be compassionate." And every fucking spiritual teacher would tell you this, and they drive me all fucking crazy. So,
I was just
like,
gonna
it's
say that
such
because
fucking utter fucking bullshit. I fucking hate it. Like, it's just what's true. So I should be this, right? So here's this aspirational idea, especially for women. We should be endlessly compassionate, endlessly forgiving, right? Because the whole world is on our backs, and especially women of color, and especially right. Like here we go, just the pile on, and yet here we are as a real being in a body, like actual flesh and bone, is not fucking compassionate. She wants to kill them with a bat. And so the story of I should be this, it's like the difference between wanting to kill them in a bat and I should be this, that's all your stress.
that's why I need a massage.
Exactly. Exactly. That's why I stopped needing massages when I fucking just metaphorically killed them with a bat. It was my body because that's the stress. That's you know. So and then in the end, after we keep playing the persona of compassionate person for and compromising and bunging ourselves up, tolerating our mothers, at some point you just get depleted and exhausted and you've literally hurt your back. You literally are are run dry from that story. And then, which is good because the life is like, hey, are you gonna go with reality yet? Because the suffering is because you're not choosing reality, you're not choosing yourself, which is like just whatever's true. And whatever's true isn't violent. It's like you don't want to kill her, you don't want to hurt her, you don't want to, you just it's just a no. Right? Kill her with a bat, sure. Yes, but it's like you don't
Yeah. No,
you know.
I wanna, like, remove myself from her
Just
life.
wanna- Yep. That's it. That's the very natural response. It's right. Our leaning toward is yes, our leaning back is no.
Yeah. It's
It's
like
just
a
the removal.
like
It's this. It's well, yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
With my with mine, it's been like I literally wanna, like, throw up. It's like, well, so if I if I even consider connecting, it's like I can't find anything in me that leans toward. It's always revulsion. That's just true. And, oh my god, I was in the spell of, like, good daughter for however long, but it's a spell. It's a fucking spell. And our body is not. Our body is speaking to us constantly about what's true.
Yeah.
So sometimes it can be like the opposite of the story, right? I shouldn't be compassionate and understanding. It's like, no, you shouldn't be because you aren't.
Newsflash.
Newsflash. I'm not compassionate at all. In fact, I fucking hate you. In fact,
Like, yeah.
yeah, yeah. Not, and I mean, I'm saying that I'm just playing. Like, it's not as if the no, when you just remove yourself, it's not as if you like have a dramatic tale about how you hate her. I don't. Like, I don't talk with my father. I don't think about my father because I'm living my life. I've said no to that and yes to what I want, and I don't I don't have any energy. I don't have any attention for him. Doesn't mean I hate him. Doesn't mean I don't love him. I love him. The love doesn't go away. I
That's
wish him
that
well.
that's weird because I've always said that, when you love someone, like even a romantic partner, whatever,
Mhm.
you always kinda love them, you know,
Yeah.
even if you've parted ways or whatever. And, with my mother lately,
Mhm.
um, and I'm talking like maybe few months or almost a year now,
Mhm.
I can literally say that I do not feel love for her.
Right. Right.
And it is so unsettling for me.
Okay.
It
I
is
get
very
it.
unsettling for me.
I'm gonna ask you to lean into that unsettling because it's this story, you know, I forget if Vasi and I had this conversation in private or in public, but it was like she was talking about the feeling of unsettling, like of like there's no floor. We were talking about like falling through the floor, right? That there's no like the compass is just spinning, and then it's like who am I and what's my identity, and then leaning into that, right? And so loving our parents is one of those floors. It's like I should love my parents. This is this
Yeah,
is
it's like
should be
a
there.
rule of life.
It's a rule of life, but it's not. It's not.
Yeah,
And
no,
when I say I love my father, it's
I know
sorry,
it's
go ahead.
not, but I just,
Yes.
like
Right. So I'm gonna say, let's just together, and everybody, like, the unsettled feeling is okay. What settled is standing on your stories, and they're literally nothing more than stories. They're actually all stories of fear and pain and separation, right? So we're just gonna put them over here and lean into being unsettled. Like, I don't know who I am. I don't know, like, what kind of person am I? It's like, I don't know. Let's not know what kind of person we are. Maybe we're terrible people. If there's a real freedom, I know, but just like a real freedom of like, I don't know, like I'm not gonna run a story about myself. I'm going to free myself to be allowed to be unsettled and not know and not have an identity. Which doesn't mean you don't have natural affinities and all kinds of things, and we could tell a story, but just to be storyless and to be identityless for a moment even, to feel what that is, and it's unsettling, but that unsettled feeling is actually the freedom. It's like, you get to be however you are. You get to be a real
Yeah.
bit,
Yeah, because I can be.
because you
I
can
can
be.
be a,
Yeah.
like a like
Yes.
really, really venomous. I'm a Taurus sun, a Aries rising, and Scorpio moon. So there you have
Love it.
it, you
I'm
know?
with you. Scorpio moon too. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
I love it. I love to hear it. Love to hear it.
It's like, okay, so you do not want to fuck with me.
You don't wanna fuck with me. There you go. Yeah. That's part of your real heart. Don't fuck with me. I'm a royal bitch. I'm the sweetest and best, and I'm gonna
Yeah.
fucking kill you. Yeah, me too. These are the 2 sides. These are like, it's like, yeah,
And it is so
yeah.
hard for me to to say that, but it feels so good.
It feels so good. I know. I know. I'm with you. It feels so good
And
to
it's
just
so
let
hard
yourself be as you are.
because it's like so against everything that I've ever tried to be. And I think that I'm also a kind person, right? I can also be a kind
Oh,
person.
yeah.
And I can also
Yes. We are large, we contain multitudes. We get to be all of it. And we are literally large. We are endlessly shifting and changing and opening our channels. Like, we are we are the world. We are enormous. It's one mind. It's one body. So who knows? I don't know. I don't know how this one's going to be. You know?
Whew.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I feel like literally like I don't know, like screaming at someone, but not just screaming, like screaming at someone.
Yeah. Great. Good. Go for it. Go for it.
It's like all here, like
Yep.
all my ribs, like all
Yeah.
here. It's like as if I had like a belt around me and
Yeah.
all of a sudden it's just gonna burst.
Yes. Yes. It's a
And it's
corset.
just
I
like,
call it the corset. Yes.
like,
Yes.
like
Yes. 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 I have been there. I'm gonna affirm that. Yeah. It's like, I
yeah,
fucking hate you. Yes. 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 That's come out of me so many times. And I just recommend screaming, go for it, but it can hurt your throat. So just like I do what's called, like, I call it like a whisper screaming, where I'm like,
okay.
and I'm like dragon breathing, and
Uh-huh.
then putting my attention in where you feel like the corset or the tension and
Uh-huh.
just letting the fire burn from there. Yeah.
Okay.
It's and then in your solar plexus a lot because that's your independent center, right? And so it's just your fire and all the times that you wanted to claim your boundary, your independence, right? It's imagine it's like 100,000 boundary violations.
Yeah. Yeah, right now that you said, "I fucking hate you," it's just like I have heard that from my mother so many
Yeah.
times
Yeah. I'm so sorry.
that,
Yes.
I think I should and I do remember a couple of times that I screamed it back to her, but
Yeah.
definitely need to
There's more there.
there's a lot more there.
A lot more there, yeah, to say the least. Yeah, exactly. For however every time, right, as an energetic violation, an emotional violation, that violence, each one of those has a response, right? Each one of those is a pushback or a runaway, right? The fight, flight, freeze, fawn kind of thing. So what we've done is freeze and fawn a lot, and this is just the natural response. If we were just an animal, we bite back.
Yeah. Yeah.
Or we run, right? And so, like, there was a phase where I just was running. I'm not a runner, but all this energy would come through there. I was like, I just got to go run. So I would just run until I got exhausted. And then a phase of yelling in the woods so whatever's true. And then a lot of weird movements, weird crawling around on the ground or doing this sort of fire breath.
Mhm.
Whatever feels good. Yeah.
And then just lying on the ground like
Laying
this.
on the ground. Yeah. Yeah. Good. Totally. Lay prone on the
Yeah.
ground. Great. Great. Yep. You should be exactly as you are, full of hate and rage.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's just, like, so hard for me to embody that because I have been fighting against being her
I get it. I get it. I
all my
totally
life.
get it. Yep. 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 Yes, yes, yes. I'm sure you're getting a lot of hearts. Preach. That's what we're doing, you know, is holding in because, and then that's the story, right? I don't want to be like her and I need to be compassionate and kind. And so I'm not like her. But it's just a story, you know? It's you're not like her, you're just like you. You just get to be as you were, which is again not a story. It's not an identity. It's not a persona, it's not a personality, it's not who you are. You are vast wild openness. And in your system, there was a response that didn't get to have its response. That's not good or bad or right or wrong or this or that. It's just what's true, you know?
And is it okay to remove myself from her life?
I mean,
Yeah.
it is. Yeah. Yeah. It's what I've done. It's what was right for me. And it's the question of is it okay? It's like let's just start asking ourselves, is it true? Is it because okay is like there's an external authority or a
Yeah, but
morality.
yeah, that's why I guess I struggle with that, because it is
Mhm.
true. I mean, it's what I would really want to do,
Yep.
but I'm not sure that it's okay.
Yeah. Yep. And that's the leftover conditioning that would say that there's an authority other than you, other than reality, other than just what's true in your body. And there's not. There's not a moral authority. The moral authority, which isn't even really morality, is what's true in the body, what's actually on ground true. And this body wants nothing to do with that woman. It's just two women, and this body doesn't want to do it with that woman. Of course, right? You would never be friends with her. Like, it's very, very simple.
Yeah, no.
No. Yeah, she's not your type. Yeah.
Not really, no. Mhm.
Yeah, yeah. So, yeah, it's not that it's okay, it's not that it's good or bad, that's just the realm of storylines. It's just, is it true? And it's true. It is. Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. And then so you just free yourself in allowing what's true to be true, and it could be, that they think something, but how would you know? Because they don't have access to you anymore. And it could right? And that's their business, that's their problem.
Mhm.
And the more you I mean, I've had spiritual attacks as well, and, but the more robust I am in my being, the more I honor myself, the more I fill in that solar plexus and honor every truth in my body, my field gets stronger and stronger. I've noticed that it's not happening anymore. It's like they might try, but they can't do anything, or I just, like, I don't know, do some, like, tai chi moves and then get them out of my system. You know?
Yeah, I'm at
Just
that stage too. I'm like, today something happened, and I was like, "Yeah, no, nah,
yeah.
no." Like "Nah,
It's
no,
a no.
no, not no, not
Nope.
anymore. Sorry."
That's it. That's it. That's it. So all we're doing is just letting you go all the way, like all the no's. You as awareness are allowing all the no's in your body to be expressed,
Mhm,
whether it's, verbally or just energetically like that. Yep.
mhm.
And we have to honor the no, like the no's come first, right? It would be like securing the perimeter, right? If you were gonna build a home, you got to secure the perimeter first, right? And then and so the no, it's the no before the yes.
Mhm.
And so I've noticed, like, there's so many yeses that have opened in my life since I said no to all the folks that I was giving my energy to and denying myself. It's just like, yes, yes. It's just like doors open, 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 open. Soon as that no happened, it would be like I stopped talking to my father, and the next week it would be like unbelievable, like opportunity or whatever, and meet a new friend that's amazing. Yeah,
Well, yeah, because you need to make space.
need to make space. Yep,
You need to make
exactly,
space for something new to come in.
exactly. Yeah,
Yeah,
your body knows. Yep, and she's just saying, she's just been saying no. She's very clear now.
yeah. So, another question,
Mhm.
that, like, sort of keeps me from doing that, like, from removing myself,
Mhm.
is that she did do nice stuff.
Sure,
She
sure,
did do good things. Um,
absolutely. Great.
and so that makes me feel guilty again, right?
Okay. Yeah, but it doesn't change anything. Mine too, right? Both my parents, my mother died, my father I don't talk to, but before she died, I didn't talk to her for several months. Um, Different situation, like, I found a way on my terms to talk with her and enjoy her. But it was small, right? If she wanted to connect to over 80% of topics, we ended up only connecting around 5%, right? And I would talk to her once a month for 15 minutes, and that was good for me. And then we actually enjoyed each other way more. Um, but I think with your mother, it's actually a no, but I'm just giving that as an example to other people who may be listening, where it's like there can be an overlap. There can be like TC. My mom was she was fun. She was a fun fairy, so I liked talking to her about fun stuff, like her shopping trips and things like that, and recipes and stuff. Um, so, uh, with your mother, it's just all it sounds like all a no. Um, and then it's just the story that she did these nice things. So mine too. My father, who I don't talk to, did nice things too, right? I had fun with my father. I also had fun with my ex-husband. That doesn't make us
Yeah,
a match,
yeah.
right? And the
Yeah.
parents don't get a pass, you know what I mean? Because they're your parents. Truth is still truth. And so, and it's like if sh so, my thought was like, if she was still doing nice things, and they're genuine, and there's not like an agenda attached, right? Because it all goes back to, like, they treat us like objects, like, and have an agenda instead of as full beings where our fulfillment is front and center, right? So, a lot of times what my mother would do for me was actually in the service of her agenda with me. Do you know what I mean? So I had to sort all that out. What is really true for me? Um, but let's just say there was something that she does now that you actually really enjoy, like, actually, then it could be that you connect on that small thing. My guess is there's not. And so then you're just going into a story of a past that again is neglecting your body now, neglecting what's true. And it's telling the story of being compassionate or guilty or whatever, but, like, the truth is there's nothing she has to offer. You know what I mean? It's just an offer. It's just like two people coming together. It's like if we were dogs sniffing around each other. It's like you'd be like, "There's nothing. I don't wanna play. I don't wanna play with you." You know what I mean? It's like there might have been moments in your past, very small ones, that you wanted to play with her, and it was kind of relatively fun, but it wasn't fulfilling, probably even then, right? I think of
Mhm.
some times I had with my mother. It was fun. It was fun, but I wouldn't have called it totally fulfilling, you know? So
Yeah, I used to have, like, deep conversations, like, she became a counselor for addicts, whatever, and, so I used to have some deep conversations with her sometimes, um, but then, that was, like, a really long time ago, and these past, I don't know, maybe, like, 10 to 15 years, it's just
yeah,
try not to get hooked into
yeah,
her drama, and, so, yeah, there's really nothing that
there's nothing there. Yep, great. So
been
your
attracted to
button.
that. The only thing is that I know that if I stop talking to her, um, the only sister that does talk to me right now, because, like, my lifelong best friend, we were estranged because of my mother.
Mm,
And
mm,
so the other sister that I have, she has, like, a very symbiotic, I don't know how to
mm.
pronounce that, relationship with her, and, um and I know that I'm probably gonna lose her too.
Yep, that happens. Yep, yep.
And that, then I'm, like, family-wise, then I'm completely alone.
Yeah. Yep, yep. We you got a new family coming in here. Like, here we are,
Yeah.
right?
So
Like,
maybe
I'm not
I'm
going
just
anywhere.
making space, right?
Yeah, exactly. I mean, this is how it goes. One leaves and here comes, nature doesn't like a vacuum, so here we are.
Thank you.
Um, yeah. But it's true, right? It's like, I'm like, I wanna know you forever. I like, there's no like, I've found real sisters here,
Yeah,
So
my sister even told me there's so much chemistry between you and her, like, well, she
yeah,
saw the replay, and so yeah.
totally. Yeah, real exactly, is real sisterhood, from our bodies, from our beings, not from a story.
Mhm.
And I've just watched so many people, just doing this work. It's like when they let go of the story of family, the real family steps in.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's even a saying in Spanish that, God gives you friends to make up for your family.
Yes. God's right. Totally. I feel that so completely. And I have such amazing friends now, you included. I'm just like, I get to talk to you. Like I get to talk to Claudia. Like here we are, like Randolph is saying, like, y'all are incredible people. Like, oh my God.
Yeah.
Ugh.
Yeah.
So, but I'm
Oh,
with you. I know I I don't I talk with two cousins, one of whom is here, who is my precious dear cousin, but everybody else, you know,
yeah.
pretty much.
Yeah, it's literally, I mean, there's no other way to put it. God gives you friends to make
Gives
up
you
for
friends,
your
that's it.
family. It's
Yes,
like
yes,
there's really no
yes.
other way to put it.
Totally,
Uh,
totally.
well,
I was telling Randolph that the People's Trust, the name the People's Trust I love, but and maybe I told you this, but I was like, we could call it as like the family, but it's
yeah.
like love you to pieces too, Becky. Um, it's like a good mafia.
Oh, okay.
And
Yeah,
but and like
la
it's the
familia.
La Familia, it's the La Familia, exactly. And then I was like, or the mob, right? And that we're like mob bosses, but for the good, for love, mob bosses for love. And that when we write the People's Trust and we get it all right, and it's like what we all mean to say from our hearts, that it's an offer they can't refuse. It's so silly, but I was delighted. I was laughing by myself. Like, that's good. Because it's like you mean hang out with everybody who's just living from their fulfillment and everybody's free and we all recognize we're one family, one being, and we all get to live where we want to live and do what we want to live and not talk to anybody we don't want to talk to. Yeah, yes.
Yeah, I'm in.
I mean, that's a good offer. Solid offer.
Yeah, definitely one you can't refuse.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, you can, but why would you? Why would you?
Yeah, exactly. No intelligent person would ever.
No intelligent person is gonna go, "No, I'm gonna go with separation, suffering, competition, capitalism,
That
colonialism."
that
Yeah.
although that is heartbreaking to me because I still feel that a lot of people are choosing that.
Yeah, I mean, the conditioning is the brainwashing is intense. It's incredible how
Yeah.
much we've been enslaved, and I'm so happy to be articulating this new vision with everyone because in our hearts, underneath all the conditioning, is a resonance to it, right? And the people who are just a little less brainwashed and a little less brainwashed, they read it and it's going to be like a rings an inner bell, you know?
Mhm.
Because I've worked with people who are dense, you know, like real believers in their trauma, and not that, you know, they're not traumatized, but like they're fully wedded to their story, but they suffered enough, and they the suffering sort of cracked them open to be willing to hear something new. And as soon as they saw it, as soon as I would say a truth to them or do inquiry with them or something, right, or they went into their body and healed something, it's like, oh my god, it doesn't have to be this way. This is this other way, you know.
Yeah,
So
that's my hope.
yeah, me too.
That's my hope.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, let's start resharing and reposting and restacking and
Yeah. Let's do it.
to
Especially
get
this is
all the people on board.
totally what a gift this will be for people to see everybody, the people's trust, an offer you can't refuse. We're threatening a good time.
And we can, like, maybe like a horse, just to keep with the imagery there. We
Yeah.
can use that horse.
I love it. Yeah, we need a logo. We need the whole thing.
Oh, I
Like,
think my son's a graphic designer,
oh, good.
and so I can ask him to give us some ideas or to make the logo, and
Great.
I'm sure that he would be, um he's the one that made my logo, so
Oh,
but
that's awesome.
yeah.
Oh, good. And then we need merch, like Chaos was saying, like, we need swag. We need the
Exactly.
people's trust T-shirts. I'm gonna
Oh, and he works at a company. He's the art director at a company that does, um, ID clothing, it's called. And so he does logos and stuff on shirts, on T-shirts, on hoodies, on so he does the logos and
oh
then he
my
puts
gosh.
them on clothes.
Well, there you go. We got our hookup.
Yeah, and so he didn't know
Great.
why he was working there, so now he knows.
Now we know. Isn't that how it goes? Isn't that how it goes? Oh god. I love it. I love it.
Thank
I'm
you,
gonna
Randall.
just Randall says, "Yes, Claudia's logo is really great." Feeling Chaos says, "Facts." Uh, love you, Becky. Yes, here we are. I'm just gonna see if there's any questions. If anybody has questions or comments or whatever, I imagine it's just a bunch of sharing. YouTube so bless us with your deep authenticity and transparency. Oh, thank you. Osfi says, "Love." You bless us. We're all so blessed. How brave is it to allow us to see your vulnerability? I know. There's nothing braver. Totally. Totally. This is what real strength is.
Is what I was talking the other day about, that when you open your heart
Yeah.
to a stranger,
Yeah.
it's like when I did that exercise, it was the most empowered I have ever felt in my life, literally. When you open your heart, it's just it's like the opposite. When you let
Yeah.
yourself be vulnerable, it's the opposite of what you think will happen. Like
Exactly.
intuitively, you think that you're gonna feel so afraid and so weak and so,
Yep.
vulnerable.
Yep.
But it's actually like the opposite. I don't know. I don't really understand it, but it is.
Yep. Yep.
I don't understand it in my head. I
Yeah.
couldn't
Yeah.
explain it.
Yeah. It's yeah, we can't I'm I'm a fan of just not even trying to understand it. It's just what's true, you know? And it's yeah, it's living in truth. It's living in your being. There's nothing it's what we've all wanted. We've all wanted to be able to just be ourselves, be our full-hearted selves. And we grew up in a crazy society with crazy families who, it wasn't safe. We express our true heart and, you know, we get emotionally or physically hurt.
Yeah.
So we get used to
And
this.
we close up and we close up and we close up and we build walls around us and
Yep.
And that just isolates us, and it just makes it even harder,
Exactly.
to live in
Oh
this.
my god.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly, and then we're all walking around with, like, padding, and we can't feel each other and sense the safety and the love, that's here, so this
Yeah.
is this is where we can, this is where it's safe to be vulnerable, and we it's not just safe, it's fun, it's fulfilling, it's healing, it's it's enriching, it's everyone wins, it's the win-win-win that we're born with, that's natural law is win-win-win. It's not the lose-lose-lose that we
And that's why I told you that I was so grateful that you had opened up your space to me, because it was really the first time I had ever spoken, um,
Yeah,
publicly about what it is that I'm trying to do
yeah,
and trying to share, and it felt safe.
yeah. Yeah, it's
So
safe,
thank you. Yeah.
thank you. Thank you for trusting me, thank you for being a safe space for me. To do this, which is what I love, We share each other's safe space, and for those who don't know, Claudia is a biochemical engineer and shaman who gets downloads of holographic, quantum healing tech. Just just a little light healing. Nothing too deep or major,
Too fancy, too fancy. Yeah, it's not
yeah.
no, it really isn't fancy.
It really isn't, it's really simple, yeah.
It's just late. Yeah. Uh-huh.
Yeah, but if you want some healing, um hit up Claudia, and specifically mRNA technology healing and, cancer and other big physical puzzles. She can help. Uh, let's see here. Cass says, "Allow ourselves and therefore to allow whomever to simply be. The attachment is what destroys us." Exactly, exactly. That's the attachment, and it's literally like an energetic like an attachment, like a parasite. And then what is it
Mhm.
to allow ourselves to be, well, we're just gonna detach. We're gonna detach with anything that doesn't fulfill us, anyone and anything. Exactly. Chaos says, "My goodness, babe, you're my people, raw, true, and compassion. You're my people." And every time you call me babe, I just start to swear to God. My favorite term of endearment is when Chaos calls me babe. I just start crying. You're my people too. We are each other's people for sure. It makes you invincible, totally, it's counter to our conditioning. Exactly, it makes us invincible, we become this robust, embodied, heart-centered the vulnerabilities is our invincibility. It is the strength. Becky says, "Feeling so connected through the ethos, just out of work and signed on for the first time in a week or so due to being a busy bee, just in time to hear a shout out." Oh, I love that. Grateful for the space and you all. Love you, Beck. I love you, you're so needed, I love you too. Hi, Robin. Oh, the love. Thank you for the healing.
Thank you.
So awesome. Oh, we will, keep doing this.
Yes, I will keep you
Yeah,
posted about my rage rants or whatever.
please do. Yeah, yep.
I will keep you posted. I
Good.
am going to unfortunately, it's too dark right now. Um,
Mm.
yeah, there's coyotes and bears and stuff like around my house. Might not be like the best moment to do that, but yeah, I
Yeah.
I will keep you posted.
Keep us posted, absolutely. Cool. I'm gonna work with the chat on my page and clean it up a little bit. And so I'd love one that's just like our healing stories. I wanna create one that's like, fulfillment reports. People who are like, "Here, reporting from my fulfillment," like Al's stuff yesterday, his epic poem of Hobbit love. So we can talk in the chat, we can talk in the comments here, obviously, with each other on text and stuff, but we all
Mhm.
want to hear. We all want to, this is the idea. We're all going to share together and heal together. So,
Mhm.
yeah, thank you for sharing. And Randolph is looking very forward to your stuff, Chaos. Um, and you'll see Chaos on Sunday and all of our friends. So, um, This was awesome. Tomorrow is Doc Smith. Healing is free is his handle. I think or it might be Jing Palace on Substack. He's going to do a 45-minute session. We're going to do shorter tomorrow on healing the spine and alignment and all this cool stuff from very ancient Chinese medicine, like BC Chinese medicine, but it's a lot of his exploration. It's very similar to you, Claudia, where he's finding all these healing tools that are inbuilt to us and finding ways to help us open up these channels in really, really simple ways.
Oh, nice.
So join us tomorrow at noon.
I might not need the massage after all.
You might, or I might say, how about both?
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say.
How about indulgence? How about go with what's really loving? So great. We're on tomorrow, Fridays. Monday, Wednesday, Friday is noon Pacific. Tuesday and Thursday is 4 Pacific. So we'll be on at noon tomorrow. And that'll be that. Randall says, so glad to be connecting with such a group of visionaries. I know, me too. What a blessing. Thank you all. We'll see you tomorrow.
Thank you.
Bye. Love you.
Hugs and kisses. Love you too.
Hugs and kisses. Bye.